All right, let's get to my first guest of the evening from Springfield, Missouri. She's already got a song out called The Men and the Boys. Came out this past February. That's available on all digital music platforms. And by midnight, she will release her new single, Must Have Been Drunk. That's also will be available on the platforms. This interview has been anticipated since late April, and finally, we have her on the show. Miss Chelsey James is with me right now. How's it going?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for being on the show. And now that I'm finally get to talk to you after
Yes.
everything that has happened these past few months, and this is live and recorded, and I've already said this to you and to Anna, to all the people at Core PR. My apologies
Perfect.
for late April interview schedule that ended up not happening. I had a bit of an unfortunate circumstances and we was unable to do the interview that night. So I'm glad that we got this rescheduled and ironically on the eve of your brand new single. I just want to get that out there before I get to the questions.
Yes. Yes, I know. This was actually like the perfect day. I mean, because you're right. It's literally hours away from the new song.
Yeah, so it is a little after 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so about 4 hours before the song
Yeah.
is officially released. And we will definitely get to that new single in just a bit, but how did you get started into music? How did it start off for you?
Oh my. Well, uh, not like anybody else probably. I did not grow up thinking that I was going to be a singer or even really doing anything in music at all. It wasn't until this is not even a lie. It was not until one night I was hanging out with my girlfriends during college. We were like getting ready at my friend's apartment, about to go out somewhere, and I was singing along to the radio, and my friends were like, "Whoa, like you're a good singer." And I'm like, "I am." Like I don't know. I'd only ever sang in my car to myself really up until that point, so I just didn't know. And long story short, they forced me to go to karaoke bars all the time through college, which I was always terrified of. But the more you do it, the less frightening things get. But I eventually joined a cover band, and again, I had no idea what I was doing. And very quickly into that, I realized that this was probably what I was actually meant to do. It was just something I randomly discovered and fell in love with it. And, after doing the cover band stuff, I kind of decided, oh, I think I know what I want my own sound to be. And I started getting ideas for songs and getting into songwriting slowly. And that was something that I kind of discovered that I had the ability to do. So, yeah, very random, very much later in life than a lot of people, but yeah, that's my story. So here I am.
It is so good to have friends that sees it
Yeah.
before everybody else does. Sometimes people will say things and try to lift you up on to lie at you, but that's not the case with your friend and your friends. Just seeing what what you can bring musically, and the rest is history. You have went the cover route, the cover band route, just getting that performance in front of crowds here and there, and now you're doing your own original music, and it literally took off for you, and you haven't
Yeah.
looked back. In 2000 of last year, you released your debut single, Hands on the Bible. And this past February, you released your follow up, The Men and the Boys. Let's talk about
Hmm.
that song, The Man and the Boys. Talk about writing that song. How did it feel just, just putting that song out? And is this based on a personal experience or someone else's experience? Just talk a little bit about how that song came to be.
Yeah. So that song, I ended up I had a couple of friends that I was who are songwriters that I had scheduled to write with on a particular day, and I went in and I was like, I don't know exactly what I feel like writing today, but which is rare, honestly. So it's kind of weird that that happened, but I was like, I just want to write kind of a boot stomping, rocking country song, like something that both men and women can listen to and like, enjoy and like rock out to. So Orrin Thornton, one of the writers, he's like, well, I've had this idea to write about, that saying, what separates the men from the boys. And I was like, perfect. Because I immediately thought of, again, going back to my college days, my girlfriends and I would go out, and where I'm from, we have a lot of country themed bars. So we were going out to one of those bars like normal, and I just remember always thinking, you walk in and there's just a sea of, we call them in the song, catalog cowboys. It's guys who are dressed the part, they look the part, they're kind of acting the part, but they've probably never actually worked on a farm a single day in their life. So it's just fake. They're fake cowboys, and they're just everywhere. It's just rare that you find, you know, a real man that can work hard and, knows his way around the country, the actual country. So that's what the song's about. We wrote about my experiences with men like that and the difference between a man and a boy. And we did a really fun music video with it too that kind of shows those differences. And it was super fun to do because a lot of the actors, quote unquote, are friends of mine. So, yeah, it's just a fun song. I just wanted something that men and women could both relate to, and I think that we were able to achieve that. So yeah, it's just a fun song.
Yeah, hearing that from a female perspective, going to these bars or venues, and you got a lot of characters out there.
Yeah.
Some are authentic, can be true to themselves, and some try to play the part. I think at a young age, we all kind of like trying to get that confidence. Look in the mirror, like, okay, if I were to see this woman, like, how would I approach her? How would I get her attention? And just, man, men and the boys, like, gotta be careful, ladies. Careful,
Yep.
who you want
You do.
into. I'm a guy. I'm a good guy. I'm a nice, decent person. So, so that's definitely a fun song. Definitely turned out pretty good, and it was a nice. And ironically, that came out, I believe, February the 12th, right in time for Valentine's Day. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that made
Yeah.
perfect
Perfect
sense.
timing.
Perfect timing indeed. So let's talk about your new song. Must have
Yes.
been drunk. Will be available in a matter of hours, literally. Um,
Yes.
how you feeling about the song? How excited you feel as we approach the release of this new song? How you feeling about it?
I'm this. I have to say, I'm definitely the most excited about the release of this song than any others yet. I I don't know why. I just I, I think this is like the introduction of a new era for me. This song, kind of a little bit different sound, a little more polished sound from me, and it still has that. I tend to lean towards the sassier side of lyrics rather than because it technically is a breakup song. You can put it in that category, but it's not a sad breakup song. It's a very
Okay.
empowering breakup song. The tagline being, "I must have been drunk when I fell in love with you." Um, so it just puts a little twist on a country breakup song. So, I feel like there's so many sad ones out there. I wanted to throw out a little more of it's kind of one of those, oh, well, made a mistake. It's okay. Let's move on. I must have been drunk, whatever. So I like that more like lighthearted breakup song theme that it has. But man, I'm excited. As soon as we wrote this, me and Cole Phillips, we were like, man, this is the perfect summer song. So we're like, we need to get this done and get this out in time for summer. So it's just going to be one that people can jam out to with the windows down on the lake, on the boat, back roading. It's just one of those really feel good, anthems, honestly. So I am so excited for everyone to hear it.
Ooh, empowering breakup song. Yeah,
Yes.
this is a chance to, for artists like yourself, show some different sides to your hearing there. A lot of witty, clever, lighthearted, type of song. And I can already envision the music video, at least try to envision it, or what would it be, the scenarios and such. So and once again, you have quite the timing with the release of these songs. We are indeed a few days, less than a week, then for summer. So
Mhm.
this song will be coming out midnight Eastern tonight. I know some of y'all may be work by then, some of y'all may not, but regardless, it's going to be there regardless. So I've already got the follow button on Spotify, and
Yes.
it will be on my quote unquote release radar by midnight. So I will
Yes.
be, and I'm off for the weekend, so I will be watching the clock very closely at midnight. So must have been drunk. Brand new song from Chelsey James, available on all digital music platforms. Um, so with all that being said, as we approach the summer season, what else is in store for Chelsey James? I noticed on your Spotify bio that you had an EP that's going to be coming out in the spring. But from my understanding, that's going to be pushed back maybe to the summer or later. What is the status of your EP as of right now?
Well, so we've kind of moved things around a little bit because when I was in Nashville, we wrote so much new music that I loved, um, that like I said, this song must have been drunk that comes out tonight. I wrote that, and we decided, oh gosh, that needs to come out in a month. Let's do this. So, you just never know what's going to happen because sometimes you write the song and you're just like this one, for example, you're like, oh my gosh, that is a summer song. I need to get that out for summer. So things get moved around a little bit. But through the pandemic and everything, I had a lot of time to write music. So I'm going to have a lot of music to put out this year, basically, is what the plan is. I think, um, we're just going to release them as singles is the plan now, just to, that's how the streaming world has morphed everything now. It's the streaming world has just changed how people hear music. And so that's kind of the plan now, is just to release singles every couple of months. And I've got a lot to release. So the rest of this year we'll be releasing new singles. I've got new music videos with all of the singles as well that'll be coming out. So, and not to mention, I'm finally getting to play some shows this year. So I'm very much looking forward to that. But new music, that's the theme for this year for me.
So you will at least be putting out some music this year for sure. But
Yes.
given we are indeed living in streaming times, and a lot of people tend to focus more on putting out songs than the albums and EPs. So there's no rush for an EP or album and all, considering like so many artists like yourself have had nearly a year to write music while literally everything was shut down. And now that literally everything and anything is about reopen, so she got y'all. She got y'all. Just things move around here and there. And she got a song coming out. She got a song for the summer. So y'all just gonna have to wait for just a few more hours. Just wait.
Yes.
Be patient. Be patient indeed. She is on Twitter at Chelsey J Music. She is on Instagram at Chelsey James Music. She's on Facebook as well, and you can check out her songs, The Men and the Boys, and Hands on the Bible on all the digital music platforms. And her new song, Must Have Been Drunk, will be out tonight at midnight. Ms. James, it is a pleasure to finally have you on the show after everything that has happened these last few months. Big shout out to Core PR. Shout out to Anna. And before I let you go, I always tend to ask these questions when it comes to PRs and agencies and such. Was it like to have a PR like Core to be that helping hand in your music career?
Well, I can tell you with 100% certainty, I would not be where I am today without my team, and that includes Anna with Core PR. They're amazing. I'm an artist. As an artist, you do, obviously, it's a business. You're running a business, and you do have to take care of certain things like any business owner would. However, having them on my team allows me to mostly be an artist and do the things I love, and they take care of helping to get my name out there, things like this. And I just get to focus on creating the music and having that relationship with my fans and followers, and that's what I love. And they allow me to focus on the parts that I love, and everything they do just pushes me a little forward each time. And they've done so many amazing things for me and my brand and my exposure in general. And I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am today without them. So I'm very thankful for all of them, of course.
And I'm very thankful for Core PR as a radio host, as a podcaster. I'm just looking for anyone that wants to get themselves out there, have their music heard, and I'm glad that I've gotten the opportunity to chat with you this evening. Congratulations on this new release. And you mentioned shows. Do you have any scheduled shows as of right now, or are you still putting some finalized touches for some shows?
Yeah, I do have a handful, quite a few shows booked. I need to, in fact, update. They're on my website and all my social media pages, of course. I will soon be posting a new tour list
Mm.
whenever I get that. I've got a few more to like wrap up, and then we'll be updating everybody on social media and my website with all of the show dates. So just be looking out for that. We will be out playing. So come see us.
She's coming to a city near you. Check out Chelsey James. Check out her new song, Must Have Been Drunk. Available tonight at midnight Eastern on all digital music platforms. And there's still time to pre-save the single. So get that so that it will be available to you once the clock strikes midnight, literally. Um, you enjoy the rest of your night, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks again, Chelsey.